Come on. Welcome to the podcast. I am your host, as always, Mr. Pierre Sledge, and this is the Illest podcast. And this is my first live stream. So welcome. I appreciate you. And I thank you for sharing this time with me. So let's get right into it. As you can see, the streaming subject today is going to be Willie D's reaction to Aaron Magruder's comments. This was last week. He posted this video last week, and Aaron Magruder, if you don't know, is the creator of the very popular black comic and animated show, The Boondocks. So he basically said, and I'm going to sum this up because I don't know how to share my screen yet and just show you it. So there's a link to Willie's reaction to it in the description. But Aaron Magruder basically said something about black people, like we have no more excuses. Basically, that's what he was saying. There are really no more excuses. And Willie, he didn't. I'm not gonna say he took exception to it. He just didn't agree. He said he was wrong, and basically said that black people need to stop airing out our dirty laundry, in essence, in the media, because the media is against us, and it just helps perpetrate and proliferate nonsense spew about black people. So I think I think I understand what Willie is trying to say here, but I also believe that Willie is wrong, and he might not be seeing the full impact of this. Willie he considers himself an activist. He has it listed on his YouTube page and everything, and that's fine. Willie has been very, very outspoken about certain topics, most of them involving black people and the so-called black community. But I think it's naive as hell to think that we're not going to talk about each other, you know? And when you say talking about each other, it's not always airing out each other. What makes you think that we can, as a people, keep all this behind closed doors that happens with all this latitude that we have now? You think we're gonna be quiet about the things that black people are involved in? That's naive as hell, Willie. We're going to talk about each other, my man. Everybody's going to talk about their own. They do it. Whether you believe it or not, they do it. Jewish people talk about Jewish people. White people talk about white people. Asian people talk about Asian people. Indian people talk about Indian people, and on and on and on. So what makes you think black people are not going to do the same? Whether it's positive, whether it's negative, it's going to happen. And where I think you may be wrong, Willie D, and that's with all due respect, I think to still have that attitude about the things that are happening in the so-called black community is what it contributes to some of the negative things that we see today, because it goes hand in hand with that don't snitch mentality. So we see something terrible happen, we won't speak on it. You keep it to yourself, or you keep it low. And that to me is a ridiculous way to feel like you're going to do this and the outcome is going to be way up here in progressiveness. You're not going to get progressive that way by hiding the, trying to keep all the negative things you do in house. I mean, look, we got more voices than we ever had in the world, and we're going to use this power that we have. And we should be speaking on these things because more people are going to hear it. More people are going to hear us speaking on these things, because I think some of the problem is that they haven't heard these things enough. And so, I just don't get with this hiding attitude, this trying to hide attitude, and keeping it like this prison culture where you don't snitch, or it's like hood culture where you don't snitch, or you a rat or something like that. Man, I'm sorry. If I saw something in my neighborhood that was that heinous, I'm talking. I would have been singing like a cardinal. I mean, I just think that's the right thing to do. And to me, righteousness trumps where I live or who I live with. I don't know. But anyway, that might be a little bit of a getting off topic. But yeah, I don't see in any way how this makes things better for the so-called black community. I can only see it just proliferating the same things, that us killing each other. So we shouldn't get on it and bring up an instance where a black person has killed a black person heinously and say that this should be stopped. I don't know, Will. That's that take. I don't know, man. And then on Willie's reaction, he listed or showed prominent black figures who he sees as being the biggest Uncle Toms and the biggest names who are doing this, and they were Larry Elder, Candace Owens, Terry Crews, Charles Barkley, and a couple other people who I didn't know. Now, you can have Charles Barkley and Terry Crews because, well, Terry Crews, to some degree, I believe you could be right. Charles Barkley, I don't know, but he has been critical of black people. But Candace Owens and Larry Elder, I don't see what you're seeing in them. What I see from them are black people who care about black people, so they talk about the deficiencies in black people. And you know why? I believe it's because they care about black people, whereas you see it as the opposite. Is it because they're conservatives? I don't know. But why are black conservatives a problem? I don't know. I'm trying to get to the root here. But I don't think it is. I'm going by what I hear, and the information that I get from them is usually that they are trying to make things better for black people, because they're tired of seeing black people treat black people in a way that isn't commiserate with the way we seem to think about it. That we seem to think we are in some ways, where you get on here and people call each other, "What's up, God? What's up, King? What's up, Queen?" and stuff like that. The behavior that I'm seeing isn't king-like. It isn't queen-like. It isn't Christ-like. It isn't. It's not good. It's a lot of it. We need to continue to try to shoot down, and I'm going to keep speaking on it, and I think the rest of them should too. And I don't think that makes us an Uncle Tom, because we talk about. It's not like we're coming on here and we're just Willie D sees us as us shitting on black people. How, bro? How? I mean. So it's the typical thing. It's just repackaged in different semantics. So basically, it's like he's calling us haters because we have something to say that isn't in a glorious light. Everything is not peaches and cream. How do you expect people who have reality-based content to not speak freely and uncensored, or as uncensored as you can be on YouTube these days? How? You do it. So why can't we? But you're telling me, and I haven't gone through all of your videos, but I've seen a few of them, and I can't. There's no way I can think that in every one of your videos that you don't have a criticism of black people. Come on, man. I don't know. Get in here. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, comment, and tell me if I'm wrong, or tell me if you agree with me and you think Willie is off here on his take. Either way, I just want to know so we can continue to have dialogue about this, which I don't think is a negative thing. This is Pete, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace, y'all.